inventory of strangers. The last bus to Millbrook ran at 6:47 p.m., and Amelia Polk had no intention of missing it. She'd been waiting at the depot for 43 minutes already, coat pulled tight against the November wind, her face a study in practiced indifference. The bench was cold. The sky was gray. These were facts that required no commentary when the man sat down beside her, despite 3 other empty benches. She closed her eyes and exhaled through her nose. "Cold one," he said. Amelia said nothing. She had perfected the art of non-response over 68 years of unwanted conversations. The trick was to become stone, to make your silence so complete that the other person felt foolish for having spoken at all. "Name's Curtis." The man shifted, and she could smell coffee and something chemical, maybe paint thinner. "Curtis Brennan. You waiting for the Millbrook bus?" "Obviously," Amelia said, the word like a door slamming. Curtis nodded as if she'd been cordial. "Yeah, me too. My truck's in the shop. Transmission," they said. "Probably cost me $600 I don't have. But what are you gonna do?" He laughed, a dry sound. "Can't even remember the last time I took the bus." Amelia turned her head fractionally away, a geometry of dismissal. Through the depot window, she could see the ticket clerk, a pale, thin-shouldered woman, maybe 30 years old, hunched over her phone, face lit by its blue glow. Good. At least someone else understood the value of minding their own business. "You from Millbrook?" Curtis tried again. "Are you quite finished?" Amelia's voice could have frozen salt water. Curtis went quiet for a moment, and Amelia felt a small, bitter satisfaction. But then he spoke again, softer this time. "Look, I know you don't want to talk. Hell, I don't want to talk either. Had a shit day, lost a job, and I don't know. Sometimes when everything goes wrong, you just want to hear another human voice, you know. Even if it's your own, bouncing off someone who wishes you'd shut up." Despite herself, Amelia glanced at him. He was maybe 50, maybe 60, with the kind of face that had seen weather and work, and probably not enough sleep. His hands were paint-stained. His eyes looked tired in a way that went deeper than one bad day. She looked away again. "The bus will be here in 4 minutes. "Right," Curtis said. 4 minutes. They sat in silence, and Amelia told herself it was the silence she'd wanted all along. The bus, when it arrived, was nearly empty. Just the driver, a heavy-set man with headphones in, clearly wanting no part of anyone's day, and a teenage girl sprawled across the back row, hood up, eyes closed, radiating "leave me alone" in every line of her body. Amelia chose a seat near the front. Curtis settled 3 rows behind her, and for several minutes, the bus hummed along through the gathering dark with no sound but the engine and the occasional rush of wind when the doors opened at empty stops. Then the girl's phone rang. She ignored it. It rang again. On the 3rd time, she answered with a hissed, "What?" Even from the front of the bus, Amelia could hear the tinny voice on the other end, high and insistent. A woman's voice. The girl's mother, probably. "I don't care," the girl said. "I'm not coming back tonight, because I'm not. You can't make me." "I said I'm not." She stopped, listened. Her voice went quieter, dangerous. "If he's there, I'm staying at Maya's. That's final." She hung up. The phone rang again immediately. "Jesus Christ," the girl muttered, and shut it off entirely. Amelia felt Curtis shift in his seat behind her. The bus driver, deaf to the world through his headphones, drove on. They passed the turnoff to Pinewood Drive, then Sycamore Street. The bus wound through neighborhoods that all looked the same in the dark. Small houses with yellow windows, trees like black scratches against the sky. Cars parked nose to tail along the curbs. At the Riverside stop, the bus doors opened, and no one got on. But before they closed again, a voice called out, "Wait, wait, please." A man stumbled up the stairs, out of breath, fumbling with his wallet. He was younger than Curtis, older than the girl, with a suit that looked slept in and a tie yanked loose. His hair stuck up on one side. He smelled like whiskey. "Thank you," he gasped to the driver, who didn't acknowledge him. "Thank you, Jesus. I thought I'd missed it." He lurched down the aisle, grabbing seat backs for balance, and dropped into the seat directly across from Amelia. She stiffened. The man, his name tag, said Aaron Pelletier. Sales associate, closed his eyes and leaned his head against the window. For a moment, Amelia thought he might actually pass out. Then he laughed. Just once, a sharp, broken sound. "Fired," he said to no one in particular. "Fired. Can you believe that? 7 years, and they fire me the week before Thanksgiving because of goddamn Brian's nephew. 23 years old, kid couldn't sell water in a desert, but he's family, so." He trailed off, opened his eyes, and seemed to realize for the first time that he was speaking aloud. He looked at Amelia, then away quickly. "Sorry," he muttered. "Sorry, I'm sorry." "Are you drunk?" Amelia asked, each word clipped. Aaron's laugh was hollow. "Not drunk enough, apparently." From the back of the bus, the girl's voice cut through. "Can everyone just shut the hell up? Some of us are trying to have the worst day of our lives in peace." Aaron twisted in his seat. "Yeah, welcome to the club, kid. There's 7 billion of us." "Oh, screw you, old man. I'm 38. Like I said." Curtis's voice came quiet, but firm from his seat. "Everyone let's all just calm down." "Who asked you?" the girl snapped. "No one," Curtis said evenly. "Which is kind of the theme of the evening, isn't it? No one asked any of us to be here, having the days we're having. But here we are." Amelia felt something tighten in her chest. The bus felt suddenly smaller, the air thicker. She pressed the button for her stop, still 10 minutes away. But she'd walk the rest if she had to. But the bus didn't slow down. She pressed it again. Nothing. "Driver," she called out. "Driver, you missed my stop." The driver didn't respond, didn't even turn his head. his headphones still in, lost to whatever podcast or music occupied his private world. "Excuse me," Amelia raised her voice. "Driver." "Nothing." Curtis stood up, made his way to the front, tapped the driver's shoulder. The driver, startled, yanked out one earbud and glared. "What?" "Ladies, stop," Curtis said, jerking his thumb back at Amelia. "I'll call it when we get there. We passed it. Next one's in 3 minutes. She can walk back. At night, she's gotta be. I'm 68 and perfectly capable of walking," Amelia snapped. But even as she said it, she knew the neighborhood they were entering now. She'd read about it in the paper. Car break-ins, a mugging last month. And it was dark, properly dark, the kind of November dark that felt permanent. The driver shrugged and put his earbud back in. Curtis returned to his seat, shaking his head. "Unbelievable." Aaron leaned forward, swaying slightly. "I'll walk back with you. Least I can do for bothering you earlier. I don't need. I'm walking that way anyway," Aaron lied, obviously. The girl pulled her hood down, revealing a thin face with sharp eyes. "This is ridiculous. The bus driver can't just ignore stops." "Apparently he can," Amelia said bitterly. "Then report him," the girl said. "To who?" "The bus company that runs one route and doesn't answer their phone after 5 p.m. For a moment, they all sat in the buzzing fluorescent light of the bus. 5 people who wanted nothing to do with each other, bound together by incompetence and bad timing. The bus lurched to a stop, not a scheduled one. Something was wrong with the engine. The driver swore, audibly even through his headphones, and the lights flickered once, twice, then died entirely. In the sudden darkness, no one spoke. The driver radioed for help. 45 minutes, they were told. Maybe an hour. "You've got to be kidding," the girl said. They were stuck at the corner of Hayes and Industrial, a stretch of road lined with warehouses and chain-link fences. The cold seeped in immediately. Within 5 minutes, Amelia could see her breath. "There's a diner," Curtis said, peering out the window. "Like 2 blocks up. We could wait there." "I'm not leaving the bus," Amelia said automatically. "Lady, it's gonna be like an icebox in here." "I'll manage." But Aaron was already standing, already moving toward the door. "I'm going. Need coffee anyway." He paused, looked back. "Anyone else?" The girl stood up, better than freezing. Curtis followed. They all looked at Amelia. She sat in the dark bus, coat pulled tight, alone except for the driver, who clearly wanted nothing to do with anyone. Through the window, she could see the other 3 waiting on the sidewalk, breath plumbing in the cold. Curtis knocked on the glass. "Come on," he mouthed. Amelia Polk had spent 68 years avoiding exactly this, forced proximity with strangers, unwanted intimacy, the terrible exposure of needing other people. She had built her life to be self-sufficient, insulated, private. She stood up and got off the bus. The diner was called Loretta's, and it that looked like it had been dying for 20 years. The vinyl booths were patched with duct tape. The menu was laminated and sticky, and the fluorescent lights hummed with a sound like distant screaming. But it was warm, and the coffee was hot, and the waitress, a woman in her 70s, with a name tag that said Loretta, and an expression that said she'd seen it all, didn't ask questions when they all piled into the biggest booth. "Just coffee," Amelia said. "Coffee," Aaron echoed. "Same," Curtis said. The girl ordered a hot chocolate and French fries. For several minutes, they sat in silence, thawing. The diner was empty except for them, and a man at the counter working through a slice of pie with mechanical precision. A radio somewhere played old country music, all twang and heartbreak. "Well," Aaron said finally, "this is my rock bottom. Fired, drunk on a broken bus, and now eating in a place that definitely has health code violations. Try being 16 with a stepfather who's a creep and a mom who won't listen," the girl said flatly. They all looked at her. She stared back, defiant. "What? We're trauma bonding now, right? Isn't that what happens when strangers get stuck together?" "That's not," Curtis started. "Maya Rays," the girl interrupted. "Since we're apparently doing this, I'm Maya." "Curtis, and that's not what I was going to say." Amelia sipped her coffee. "It was terrible." "Amelia," she said, surprising herself. "Amelia Polk." Aaron raised his mug in a mock toast. "Aaron Pelletier, unemployed as of today." They fell quiet again. The waitress brought the hot chocolate and fries. Maya dumped ketchup on them without looking, her hands moving automatic. "The thing is," Aaron said, speaking to his coffee, "I don't even know if I'm upset about the job. I hated it. 7 years of having it. But it was stable, you know. It was something. And now it's just nothing." "You'll find something else," Curtis said. "Will I? I'm almost 40, no degree. And my biggest skill is convincing people to buy shit they don't need." Aaron laughed again, that same broken sound from the bus. "I'm basically a professional liar who's not even good at it anymore. So do something different," Maya said. "Oh sure, that's simple." "I didn't say it was simple. I said do it." Amelia found herself speaking before she'd decided to. "What would you do if you could do anything?" Aaron looked at her, surprised. I don't know. Build things, maybe. I used to make furniture in my dad's garage when I was a kid. Tables, chairs, nothing fancy, but I liked it. The realness of it. So build furniture, Maya said. How, where, with what money? Curtis scratched his jaw. I run a workshop. Small jobs, mostly restoration and custom pieces. Could always use an extra pair of hands. Doesn't pay great, but... Aaron stared at him. You're offering me a job. I'm saying come by if you want. See if you like it. No promises. Curtis shrugged. Lost my guy last month. He moved to Florida. For a moment, Aaron didn't speak. Then he nodded slowly. Yeah, okay, thank you. Amelia felt something strange happening in the booth. Something she couldn't quite name. "What about you?" Aaron asked Curtis. "You said you had a shit day too." Curtis was quiet for a beat. "Yeah. Found out this morning my ex-wife is getting remarried. To the guy she left me for, actually. And my daughter's moving to Seattle with them." He smiled, but there was no humor in it. "So that's great." "That's awful," Maya said quietly. "It is what it is. She's 23, it's her choice. Just wish she'd..." He trailed off. "Doesn't matter." "Did you tell her how you feel?" Amelia asked. Curtis looked at her. "What?" "Your daughter. Did you tell her you're upset she's moving?" "I can't, she's an adult. I can't guilt her into." "I didn't say guilt her. I said tell her. There's a difference." Curtis rubbed his face with both hands. "Maybe, I don't know." Maya pushed a French fry through the ketchup, making red patterns on her plate. "My mom knows exactly how I feel about her boyfriend. I've told her 100 times. She just doesn't care." "Maybe she doesn't know how to care," Aaron said. "Maybe she's scared." "Of what?" "Of being alone. Of choosing her kid over a man and ending up with neither. People do stupid shit when they're scared." Maya's jaw tightened. "That's not an excuse." "No," Aaron agreed. "It's not, but it might be an explanation." They sat with that. The country music played on. The man at the counter finished his pie and left. And the bell over the door chimed in his wake. Loretta came over with the coffee pot. "You folks waiting on that bus?" "Yeah," Curtis said. "It's not coming," Loretta said flatly. "Eddie just called, I mean the driver, Eddie Morrison. He's my nephew, says the replacement won't be here till morning." Engines completely shot. "You're joking," Maya said. "Do I look like I joke?" Amelia felt the exhaustion hit her all at once. It was past 9 p.m. She had work tomorrow, the library, her shift at the circulation desk, the routine that kept her days structured and her mind occupied. She couldn't miss it. She wouldn't. "I'll call a cab," she said. "Good luck," Loretta said. Only company in town stopped running after 8. Aaron stood up, wavered slightly, then caught himself. "I'll walk. It's only like 6 miles to Millbrook, right?" 8, Curtis corrected. "And you're drunk." Sobering up fast. "It's freezing out there. Then I'll walk fast." Maya pulled out her phone, turned it back on. Immediately, it started buzzing with missed calls and texts. She silenced it, pulled up a map. "There's a motel. Red Roof Inn, 3 blocks from here." They all looked at each other. "I'm not staying in a motel with strangers," Amelia said. "Separate rooms, obviously," Maya said. "What else are we gonna do?" Amelia wanted to argue, wanted to find another way, but her body ached and her feet hurt. And the thought of walking 8 miles in the cold made something inside her crumble slightly. "Fine," she said, "one night." The Red Roof Inn had seen better days, probably sometime in the 1980s. But it had 4 available rooms and a clerk who didn't ask questions. When Curtis paid for all of them with a credit card he mentioned he probably shouldn't be using. "I'll pay you back," Aaron said. Curtis said. They stood in the parking lot, keys in hand. A strange makeshift family of the circumstantially connected. Well, Maya said, this was weird. Yeah, Aaron agreed. No one moved. Look, Curtis said finally. I know we're all just trying to get through our own shit. And tomorrow we'll go back to our lives and probably never see each other again. But for what it's worth, it helped tonight, not being alone in it. Amelia felt her throat tighten. She refused to let it show. Here, Maya said, pulling out her phone. We should at least exchange numbers, in case. I don't know, in case. They did, standing in the cold parking lot of a failing motel, passing phones around like teenagers. When they were done, they stood there a moment longer. My room's 112. If anyone needs anything, Curtis said. 108, Maya added. 115, Aaron said. They all looked at Amelia. 110, she said quietly. Amelia didn't sleep well. The bed was hard, the heater rattled, and her mind wouldn't quiet. She kept thinking about Maya's face when she talked about her mother, about Aaron's hollow laugh, about Curtis's careful way of not asking for what he needed. She thought about her own apartment in Millbrook, silent and clean, and exactly how she liked it. No one to bother her, no one to need her, no one. At 2 a.m., she heard footsteps in the hallway, then voices low, trying to be quiet. She went to the door, looked through the peephole. Maya and Curtis stood outside Maya's room. The girl was crying, phone in her hand, and Curtis had a hand on her shoulder, not quite touching, just there. She said, if I don't come home tonight, don't come home at all, Maya was saying. She said she chose him. She actually chose him. Hey, Curtis said gently. Hey, it's okay. It's not okay. Where am I supposed to go? Maya's mom called my mom, told her I couldn't stay there, and now I have nowhere. You have somewhere, Curtis said firmly. Tonight, you have a room. Tomorrow, we'll figure something out. There are people who help with this kind of thing. Counselors, social services. I'll help you call them. You don't even know me. Doesn't matter. Amelia pulled back from the door, her hand shaking slightly. She went back to bed, but didn't sleep. At 6 a.m., she got up, dressed, and knocked on room 112. Curtis answered in yesterday's clothes, looking like he hadn't slept either. The girl, Amelia said without preamble. Maya, she can stay with me, temporarily, until something better is arranged. Curtis stared at her. Are you serious? I have a spare room. It's small, but it's clean. There are rules. She goes to school. She doesn't bring trouble into my home, and she sees a counselor. Non-negotiable. Amelia lifted her chin. I'm not a warm person, Mr. Brennan. I won't pretend to be. But I won't let a child sleep on the street either. Curtis's eyes went shiny. Thank you, Amelia, thank you. Don't thank me yet. She might hate it. But when they told Maya over burnt coffee in the motel's tiny breakfast room, the girl just stared at Amelia for a long moment, then nodded. "Okay," she said. "Okay, yeah, thank you." "Rules," Amelia repeated. "I heard them. I'll follow them." Aaron appeared in the doorway, looking slightly more human. "Morning. There's a bus in an hour, actual one this time. Company confirmed." They gathered their things, such as they were, and walked to the depot together as the sun came up over Millbrook, turning everything gold and strange. At the bus stop, Curtis gave Aaron his workshop address, written on a napkin. Aaron gave Maya his number again, made her promise to call if she needed anything. "You too," he told Amelia. She nodded, awkward with the gesture, but not refusing it. The bus came a different bus, a different driver, one who actually seemed to care about stops. They got on, found seats, and rode in silence. But it was a different kind of silence now. Not the silence of strangers desperate to ignore each other, but the silence of people who'd shared something, however briefly, however strange. When Amelia got off at her stop, Maya beside her, with a backpack that held everything she owned, she turned back to wave. Curtis and Aaron waved back. The bus pulled away. "This is really weird," Maya said. "Yes," Amelia agreed. They walked to Amelia's apartment, a third-floor walk-up with clean white walls and too many books, and Amelia showed Maya to the spare room. It was small, as promised, with a twin bed and a window that looked out onto a tree that was almost done losing its leaves. "It's perfect," Maya said quietly. Amelia didn't know what to say to that, so she just nodded. That evening, her phone buzzed. A text from Curtis made it home. "Daughter called, we talked, really talked, thank you." Then Aaron stopped by the workshop. "Starting Monday. Also sober, wish me luck." Then Maya from the next room, "Hey, thanks again. I mean it." Amelia looked at the messages for a long time. Then, slowly, she typed back to each of them, "You're welcome." She set the phone down and looked around her apartment. It felt different somehow. Not smaller, exactly, but less silent. As if the space itself had been rearranged by the presence of another person, another life intersecting with her own. Outside, the last leaves fell from the tree, one by one, gold against the November sky. And in the morning, there would be work to do, a teenager to get enrolled in school, phone calls to make, systems to navigate. There would be meals to cook for two instead of one, and conversations at dinner, whether Amelia wanted them or not, and the slow, difficult work of making space for someone else's grief beside her own. But tonight, Amelia made tea and brought a cup to Maya's room. The girl was at the window, watching the street below. "Tomorrow we'll go to the school," Amelia said. "Get you registered." Maya turned. In the lamplight, she looked younger than 16, but also older. "Okay. And you'll call a counselor. I'll find someone good." "Okay." Amelia hesitated at the door. "It won't be easy. Living here, I'm set in my ways." "I know, and I'm not looking for company. This is practical, not not sentimental. Maya almost smiled. I know that too. Amelia nodded, started to leave. Mrs. Polk. She turned back. I think maybe sometimes, Maya said carefully. People who don't want to be bothered are just people who got tired of being disappointed. Amelia felt something crack open in her chest. Small and painful, and maybe necessary. Maybe, she said. She left Maya in the room and went back to the kitchen, where her tea had gone cold. She poured it out and made a fresh cup, standing at the window while the water boiled, watching the street below where people walked by with their own stories, their own silent battles, their own unwanted encounters with fate. Somewhere in Millbrook, Curtis was probably calling his daughter again. Somewhere, Aaron was staring at his hands and thinking about wood and second chances. Somewhere, Maya was falling asleep in a bed that wasn't hers, but also wasn't the street. And here was Amelia Polk, 68 years old, salt of the earth by choice and necessity, ash of the soul by years of protecting herself from exactly this kind of messy, complicated, uncomfortable connection. Tomorrow she would be bothered again, and the day after that, and probably for a long time to come. The kettle whistled. Amelia poured her tea and allowed herself the smallest smile. It would do. 3 months later, on a Wednesday, the workshop smelled like sawdust and linseed oil. Aaron sanded the table leg with careful, even strokes, his hands steady now, 3 months sober. Curtis was at the workbench, fitting joints for a bookcase someone had commissioned, and the radio played classic rock at low volume. Your friend's coming by later, Curtis said, without looking up. Aaron grinned. She's not my friend. She's everyone's friend now. How does a 16-year-old know more people than I do? She's got that thing, charisma, or she's just been through enough shit that she recognizes it in other people. Maybe both. Maya arrived at 4:30, backpack slung over one shoulder, looking healthier than she had in November. She'd been staying with Amelia for 3 months now, and the arrangement seemed to be working, though neither of them would admit they'd become fond of each other. Amelia says dinner at 6, if you want to come, she told Curtis and Aaron. She's making lasagna. Amelia cooks, Aaron said, mock-shocked. Amelia does a lot of things, Maya said primly. You just have to give her a reason to. They showed up at 6, slightly dusty from the workshop, and crowded into Amelia's small dining room. The lasagna was good, not great, but good, and the conversation flowed easier than any of them would have predicted on that cold night last November. My daughter's visiting next week, Curtis mentioned. Wants to see the workshop. That's great, Maya said. Yeah, it is. Aaron raised his glass of water. To forced interactions. To fate being a pain in the ass, Maya added. They looked at Amelia. She sighed, but there was warmth in it. To bothering each other. To bothering each other, they echoed. Outside, spring was coming slowly to Millbrook. The trees were budding. The days were getting longer. and four people who'd wanted nothing more than to be left alone had somehow become the exact thing none of them knew they needed. A family of reluctant misfits, salt of the earth, ash of the soul, and something new growing in between.